Good morning and welcome to the 10 a.m. daily weather brief. Starting us off, taking a look at the current radar out there, continuing to remain clear and free of any reflectivity as of the most recent scans, and expecting that to proceed on for the next few hours until we get into the afternoon, in which we could see a pop-up shower develop here along the peninsula. And then taking a look over the next few days here for the next week ahead, following Saturday, and which does look to remain rather pleasant, similar to today, and unproblematic overall. Our pattern is going to become a bit more unsettled as we move through the end of the weekend and into early next week. We will see a slow-moving upper level trough moving through or approaching from the west, and we can see that on the left-hand side of the screen here and progressing through Monday off to the right-hand side of the screen. And that will also be as we will have a Bermuda high off of the southeast coast, and that's going to be funneling in some tropical moisture into the region. Because of that setup there, we do expect scattered to widespread showers and thunderstorms to develop as early as late Sunday into Monday and lingering into Tuesday. Sunday night, we'll see the chances build in. Those chances then increase through Monday, looking to be the most active of the days as we see an upper level disturbance track through the area in conjunction with that trough. And then by Tuesday, we'll see that trough begin to weaken. However, scattered storms do look to remain possible and included in the next week ahead's forecast, as we'll continue to have southwesterly flow and plenty of moisture through the region. And then finally, as we head into the middle of next week, Wednesday finally looks to provide a little bit of relief as far as it goes, touching on the clouds. However, widespread rain. However, I could see some pop-up showers possible in the afternoon. Again, moisture will be present, so could see a typical summertime shower developing. Overall, the next day or two is going to be rather pleasant until the end of the weekend. We'll see those unsettled conditions building in, lingering through Tuesday, and then we'll see improvement typical of this time of the year as we move through midweek into the latter half of next week. Looking at the next 24-hour forecast here, seeing plenty of cloud cover throughout the day today. Should still get our dose of sunshine in, and we'll see a downwards trend in that overall cloud coverage as we move into and through those overnight and early morning hours of tomorrow. Temperatures climbing up into the low to mid 80s this afternoon and dropping down to around 70 degrees. Our relative humidity out there today much lower than what we have seen over the past week or so, especially on the earlier portion of this week. We've had a nice comfortable day or two. That's going to continue for this afternoon, and then winds today light and variable to start, then turning southerly as we move to the afternoon, 5 to 10 knots, continuing in a slight shift to the south-southwest and turning southwesterly before becoming light and variable yet again tomorrow morning. Do have a little bit of color on the board for seeing those slight chances of pop-up showers and a very slight chance of a thunderstorm this afternoon. Thunderstorms are looking less likely. And then for the next 2 days here on the shore, looking towards Saturday, partly to mostly cloudy, seeing yet again a very slight chance of an afternoon pop-up shower or thunderstorm, high around 83, greens across the board overall. Saturday night, similarly, partly to mostly cloudy, low around 73, greens across the board. And Sunday, partly to mostly cloudy, slightly breezy at times, and a high of 82 with a little bit of color indicating the potential of seeing a wind advisory. And for the next week ahead, seeing some daily afternoon rain chances, albeit quite low for today and tomorrow. And then Sunday, looking to be partly to mostly cloudy, temperatures remaining just slightly below average for this time of the year. And then Monday, unsettled weather, best chance for rain and thunderstorms. Tuesday, we start to see those rain chances tapering off. Temperatures still, again, slightly below average, but holding consistent, and that will be the case as we close out the week ahead. And on the latter half of the week, as we move into next weekend, we'll see those temperatures on a slight yet gradual increase, and daily rain chances introducing themselves. Overall, nice end to this week, and unsettled weather for the early portion of next week before we return to a typical summertime pattern to close out. That's going to conclude the daily weather operations brief and 7-day outlook for this week. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend, and we'll be back on Monday at 8:15 with the daily weather operations brief.